Clogged and smelly drains and sewer lines can be a nightmare. So Pipe Wrench is offering a $99 drain clearing special that includes a free camera inspection. And if we can't open your drain, the visit is free. Call us or book your appointment online at pipewrench.com. And as always, same-day service guaranteed or the visit is free.
Have my microphone. There we go. All right, so it was not happy Friday. It was nice that we didn't see any severe storms last night. That was good news to pass along for sure. Those morning clouds and rain showers really mitigated some of that severe weather potential that we could have seen yesterday evening. Now, with that said, we do have more severe weather expected throughout the day today with a level 2 and a level 3 risk issued by the Storm Prediction Center. So that's an elevated risk from what we were even talking about yesterday. So we want to dive into the details on that. Before we get to that, I want to share a nice little All right, let's talk about the rain here out there this morning because we do have rain showers already hanging out with us across parts of the Southern Valley. So all the way from Spring City, Kingston, even over towards Farragut and West Knoxville, we've got a couple of showers and a few thunderstorms already showing up. A healthier thunderstorm just to the north of Athens right now, north of Decatur, moving its way towards, say, 10 Mile, Paint Rock, also for you folks in Sweetwater and Loudon, Iota, and over a little bit further to the west, over towards Cold Spring, Pikeville area, and down towards Chattanooga, just north of Chattanooga, I should say. So if you have travel plans along I-75, you may run into some showers and thunderstorms here as we get the day started. All right, here we go, my friends. Let's move right along and let's talk about your forecast for the day today. I always like to keep you in check on the forecast and what we hit yesterday from the previous day, anyways, of what I was forecasting. Try to keep myself in check as well, really, to be honest with you. But yesterday we made it to 79 degrees, and I was forecasting. What was I forecasting yesterday? 82. So again, the clouds kind of kept us a little bit on the cooler side, so we mitigated a lot of that severe weather potential. All right, so the sound should be back. The sound should be back. All right, here we go. So your weather headlines, level 2, level 3 risk for severe storms throughout the day today. Now that's going to be later on this afternoon, this evening through the early overnight hours. Saturday, showers and thunderstorms continue. We actually do have a risk for isolated strong thunderstorms. And I think Upper East Tennessee and the mountain counties probably have the best chance of maybe some isolated severe storms. And then Sunday into next week, an upper level low just kind of lingers around the area. And that is just going to bring us not necessarily a lot of rain per se, but just kind of cooler temperatures, a few clouds. So we'll call it a mix of sun and clouds and maybe a couple of passing showers. That's all these upper level lows really do. So here's your risk level from the Storm Prediction Center, which has drastically changed from what we talked about yesterday. So now we have a 2 and a 3 risk for severe storms. So anybody west of Interstate 75 has the greatest potential for seeing severe weather, but severe weather does encompass all of East Tennessee. So when we break it down, this should say Friday afternoon, evening. Sorry about that. Medium category for hail and damaging wind. Low category for tornadoes. We do have a little bit more spin in the atmosphere. It doesn't look too probable, but it would be likely west of Interstate 75. So if you live west of Interstate 75, keep your guard up. Don't let your guard down here throughout the day today, and make sure that you scan that QR code in the bottom right-hand side of the screen. If you don't have the East Tennessee Weather app, the app will send you push notifications from the National Weather Service, any watches and warnings. You can track it with an interactive radar, giving you past, current, and future radar of 2 hours, which is really beneficial, by the way. If you've not used it, I highly recommend it because it's going to be like, oh, okay, these storms are not going to last very long. Or, I see storm clouds building off in the southeast. Are these storms heading our way? Let's check out the 2-hour future cast. So the interactive radar is really good for that. But above and beyond that, if we have to break in and do live severe weather coverage, you'll see it front and center on the app you'll see us this morning, and you'll also see it front and center on the app during severe weather. All right, so our futurecast model, picking up our timeline this morning, running from now through noon, it's picking up on a little bit of that energy. So again, it doesn't have the best handle on what's actually going on out there this morning. But as we progress through time, that should push off to our east From noon till 3, we should start to see more sunshine, but that was supposed to be the case yesterday as well. Noon to 3, noon to 4, we were supposed to see a lot more sunshine, which would create a lot more instability. Now, if we see that today, that's going to lead to a better chance or a better risk, a better threat for severe storms. So 3 to 7, here comes our storm system. So it's probably going to be this evening. If you have any sort of evening plans, something to kind of keep in mind. So I think as we get closer to, say, 5, 6, 7, 8 o'clock here tonight, start to anticipate the showers and thunderstorms to roll on through. Some of those could be severe. Damaging wind would be the main threat. We've got a lot of downward motion in the atmosphere, I should say. A lot of downward motion in the atmosphere, which indicates that we could see damaging wind gusts. But again, we have some spin in the atmosphere, and so an isolated tornado threat does still exist, and we'll keep you posted on that. Make sure you check on social media. And again, if you have the East Tennessee Weather app, you'll get these push notifications if tornado watch is issued, if severe thunderstorm warnings are issued, or even tornado warnings. All right, so from 7 to 9 o'clock tonight, again, that's all going to start to push its way eastward, and then it should be a thing of the past as we get into the midnight hour and beyond. Maybe a couple of passing showers overnight tonight. Should be a quiet and drier start to our Saturday. Saturday's not going to be an all-day washout. Just something to kind of keep in mind if you have any sort of outdoor plans in the morning, you got ball games or outdoor events going on. Rainfall amounts for over the next 24 hours, anywhere from a quarter, half, to maybe pockets of an inch of rain in some locations. If you get rounds and rounds of rain over the same location, you're likely to get closer to 3/4 to an inch of rainfall. If you don't get a whole lot of activity, you get a couple of passing showers and thunderstorms, you're going to get less rain than that. This morning's temperatures are started off in the 60s, which, by the way, is a little bit cooler in most locations than what we were yesterday morning, but that's okay. We'll take it, right? Your forecast for the day today, 75 by noon. Our goal today is going to be in the low to mid 80s. I'm going 82 degrees here, 82, 83 in Knoxville. But then as we head into our Saturday, Sunday time frame, again, that risk level continues. We have a level 1 risk. I'll be curious to see if the Storm Prediction Center issues a slight risk, a level 2 risk, for maybe the mountains of East Tennessee and over into North Carolina, Virginia. As of right now, that's not the case. And it may be due to the fact that we're going to have a little bit more cloud coverage in place, and temperatures are going to come down. So you lose a little bit of that instability in the atmosphere. So something to kind of keep in mind, but we still have that risk. So here's how this all plays out. We'll pick up our timeline Saturday morning. Again, pick out East Tennessee right there in the center of your screen. Rain showers over into West Tennessee if you have any travel plans early Saturday along Interstate 40 westbound. This is all going to mob its way into East Tennessee. So as we get into the lunch hour, we may be dry, but into the afternoon, evening, and through the overnight hours, we'll see some rain showers set up shop and the potential for some severe weather because the cold front's near in our area and pushing on through. The cold front actually does push through on Saturday, but it just kind of the low pressure lingers. Typically, these lows will kind of zip their way up into New England, but this is not going to be the case. It's just going to linger around never mind. I'm not going to say it. But anyways, from now through Monday, we could pick up anywhere from 1 to pockets of 2 inches of rainfall. Here's that upper level low I was talking about, the storm that's just going to kind of linger. So Sunday evening, it's going to be with us throughout the day on Monday. It just kind of spins up across the Great Lakes. Into Tuesday, it's going to start to finally move a little bit. Tuesday into Wednesday, it finally kicks its way on out of here as another storm system approaches, which will bring us increasing rain chances for our Wednesday, which I'll show you in your 7-day forecast. As I mentioned, once the cold front passes us by, the dew points drop. So the comfortableness of the air is there for Sunday, Monday, and really even Tuesday. So the air is going to be a lot more comfortable. Temperatures will be lower. And so that's just going to make those days feel just really nice, even though we are going to have a mix of sun and clouds and a chance for maybe a couple of passing showers. Rainfall forecast from the Weather Prediction Center from now till next Thursday. Again, they're picking up anywhere from 1 to 1.5. But again, that's just a broad brush idea of what we potentially could see for rainfall. So severe storms possible today and tomorrow. Remember, a level 2 and a level 3 risk today, a level 1 risk. There are only 5 categories from the Storm Prediction Center. And then we'll basically go about a 20% chance for a passing shower Monday, Tuesday. Look at those temps, though. Not bad. Low to mid 70s with lows in the upper 40s, lower humidity. That's going to make it feel really nice. And then Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, here comes our next storm system. So we'll bump up those chances for rain. Temperatures come up. Lows come up as well. And that's a sign of the humidity, the dew points coming up at the same point. So it is definitely going to make it feel a little bit warmer, a little bit more humid as we get into the middle part of next week. Trying to turn off my air conditioner. It's like blasting on me, and it's really cold in here now. It was really hot. Now it's really cold. Anyways, good morning to everybody. Sure hope you have a great day. It was nice that we didn't see any severe weather yesterday. It was questionable whether or not we were going to even have a baseball game yesterday, but that obviously took place. All right. Any questions out there this morning? What's going on this weekend? Anything going on? Oh, yeah, that's right. We've got the Smoky Mountain Bigfoot Festival tomorrow until 6. Felicia, do you happen to know what time the Bigfoot Festival starts? Let me know. I think we have a brew fest too, a beer fest going on down at Peaceful Side Social, I believe. Don't quote me on that, but I believe we do. Because my buddy's the brewer for Peaceful Side Social, and he texted me the other day and said, hey, listen, come get your tickets. But tickets are like still $75 or something like that. Too much for me. All right. Linda. Okay, she's 9 pounds, 1 ounce, 21 and a half inches long. We're talking about Matilda. Good old Matilda. Good morning, Lee. How's golf going, my friend? How's your brother-in-law? Is he up early with you this morning? Are you getting ready to hit the golf course? Watch out for those showers this morning. They're zipping in from the south and southwest. So something to kind of keep in mind. But I think as these showers, as long as they don't linger, we're going to see better weather as we get from the noon hour to the 3, 4, 5 o'clock hour before the afternoon showers and thunderstorms start to ramp back up. What's up, Rick? How are you this morning, my friend? What do you got going on this weekend? Heading straight down 411 to North Georgia. Pulling a camper around 3:30. Risky? Nah, you should be fine. But it's going to take you a couple of hours to get down there. So 3:30, 4:30, 5:30. Still should be fine. But I will say, Becky, watch those storms. Track it with the East Tennessee Weather app because, we do have a tornado potential, a hail potential, and a damaging wind potential. And, of course, you don't want to be in a camper at that point of the game. So you want to, if you are heading off camping this weekend, something to keep in mind, find a sturdy building around the campsite, whether that's the bathhouse or whatnot. The bathhouse would be the best space to go hunker down if you needed to. Get out of your camper and go to the bathhouse because those are typically made of cinder blocks and bricks and whatnot, so they're a lot more sturdy for sure. Good morning, Tom. How are you this morning? Got Jesse joining us as well. And let's see. Next week is just going to be beautiful. Yeah, it is going to be nice. Now, again, it's just going to feel really good anyways. It was nice playing golf yesterday. Another day today. What time's your tee time, bud? So the Bigfoot Festival, by the way, in Townsend is from 10 to 6. If you're looking for something to do tomorrow, it is from 10 to 6. Maybe the Witchers will head down there and see what's going on with the Bigfoot Festival. That sounds like it would be a lot of fun. Maybe we will. I don't know. I don't think we have any plans tomorrow. We do have some plans. Actually, I do have some plans tomorrow. We are doing a big reunion at the old TV station. All the old crew from the old TV stations getting together for a nice little, I think it's an outdoor reunion. So we'll have to see. I'll have to reach out to those folks. But don't rain at Carson Newman, please. It's graduation day for your grandson. What time is graduation, Gail? If it's any time before 6 o'clock, you're probably going to be just fine. So, Mike, would it be a bad idea to set up my tent in Townsend today? Or do we need to wait until tomorrow morning? I would wait until tomorrow morning. Based on the forecast here today, we are supposed to head up there this afternoon to set up for Bigfoot. Any of those big tents and stuff like that, we're talking about the possibility of severe storms, strong gusty winds. I would probably put your tent up tomorrow. 9 o'clock this morning, you should be fine. Although, Gail, we are watching, of course, these showers and thunderstorms that are working their way out of the Southern Valley. So let me take you to that once again, just show you. Make sure you track it with the East Tennessee Weather app. So kind of depending on what these showers and thunderstorms doing, they are tracking to the north and northeast. So potentially some showers for graduation here this morning, if you are doing any sort of graduation. All right, let's get to work with the national holidays for the day today. I have not even looked at them yet. But before we do so, let's check in on a good old morning sunrise. We'll take you to Fort Loudon Dam this morning. How about that? Overcast gray. Fort Loudon Dam is those bright lights right there on the far right-hand side of your screen. Morning, Janet. How are you this morning? All right. Let's talk about those national holidays for the day today. National events. Of course, we're celebrating birthdays and events. We've got the Bigfoot Festival going on this upcoming weekend if you're looking for something to do in Townsend, Tennessee. All right. We've got School Lunch Hero Day. Well, I'm going to assume that's the lunch ladies and men. Lunch ladies and men. The first Friday in May is School Lunch Hero Day, dedicated to those men and women who make the cafeterias in schools a better place to be. and cook us that awesome square pizza that we all grew up with, right? What was your favorite school lunch? Do you remember the smiling face who served it to you? I do. I don't really remember the ladies behind the counter too much, but boy, I'll tell you what, I do remember that square pizza. Who can't forget? You can't forget that. All right, it's National Space Day. That's really cool. Do you ever like to get out on a nice, clear fall, spring day with low humidity? Get out, look at space, and look at all the stars. Check out the Milky Way. Listen, if you're out camping and getting away from the light pollution, i.e. the city lights, it's always nice. I love just checking out the stars. And I love time lapses at nights, showing the motion of the Earth and the stars, just moving, the planets moving. Space is so mind-boggling, isn't it? It's so impossible to grasp space. Right? Impossible. All right, it's National Life Insurance Day. Oh, that's a good idea. Do you have a family? Do you have life insurance? Do you have a mortgage? Do you have debt? Life insurance is a good thing. You never know. Well, I don't sell it or anything, but I do have it. Listen, I mean, if I were to pass away tomorrow, I want my family to be taken care of, and we never know when we're going to kick the bucket. Got to be lighthearted about it, I guess, because you just never know, right? Every day brings us a different day. So if you don't have life insurance, I highly recommend it. All right, National Truffle Day. Do you like truffles? Yeah, I can do truffles every once in a while. The flavored ones for sure, because if you know me by now, I don't really like a whole lot of chocolate. Denise, the school lunch pizzas. The school lunch pizzas. What's up, Seth? How are you this morning, my friend? You had a rainbow yesterday evening. Nice. You have a blessed day as well, sir. All right. Look, Katrina loves looking at the stars. You know what's great, Katrina? You have a pontoon boat. Do you ever do night boat cruises on the lake? I think you're on Cherokee Lake, if I recall right. I love being on the boat at nighttime. It's quiet. It's smooth. You go slow, turn on some tunes, and you just kick back, relax, put your sweatshirt on, and you just stare at the stars and enjoy a nice little evening boat cruise or a nighttime boat cruise. Some of my favorite times are being on the lake all day long, going to dinner on the lake, and then riding home in the dark and just being like, it feels just good to be alive. Some of my favorite things in the world. Let's see. Working on cars and being in nature is your sacred space. I like that, Jesse. Let's see. We had older ladies from the neighborhood at our little, our little school, Gap Creek. We had the best homemade rolls, and I lived on broken chocolate chip cookies in high school. Yeah, that's right, Otto. Huntsville Space Museum is a close day trip. Yeah, I've never been to it, but the National Weather Association's annual conference this year is going to be in Huntsville, Alabama. And so we will be heading to the Space Museum for a little fun day trip. That should be a lot of fun. I think that event's not until August, so we've got a little bit of time to do that. Anyways, let's see. What's up, Brian? How are you this morning? Going to try to hit the little white ball today. What time are you going? What time's your tea time? Let's see. Lee says his tea time's at 8:30 this morning. All right, Lee, brother-in-law not playing well. I mean, surely you're razzing him a little bit, are you not? You got to be razzing him a little bit. Might as well put the radar back up here while we're just chit-chatting so you can see what's going on out there for those of you who do have tea times this morning. Again, we do have some scattered showers and a few rumbles of thunder playing out with us this morning. Even a stronger cell now starting to show up in around, let's come to the current time. So in and around Madisonville. So Madisonville, 635, Von Orr, 647, and Fort Loudon at 651. We've got a BTI of a 2.4, so on the low side, that's a barren tornado index. You'll hear me talk about that when we do tornado tracking. Hail size less than a half an inch. Hail about 40% chance. Severe winds about 38. It's tracking to the east at 38 miles per hour, so it is going to be working its way towards Madisonville, Von Orr, Howard, Chestnut Valley, Indian Boundary. That's a beautiful place to check out the stars, by the way. Way away from light pollution, up on top of the mountains. If you've never camped at Indian Boundary, I highly recommend it. It is an amazing place to do some camping. And it's a little bit more rough camping, if you will. Not a lot of facilities, but great folks that own that little campsite up there. Tallahassee, Calderwood, Lanier, all next in line to seeing a nice little healthy thunderstorm moving its way out of, say, Englewood and Madisonville. and off to the east at about 38 miles per hour. So we'll leave that up on the screen here so you can see what's going on. Let me just loop this over the last 30 minutes. We'll loop this over the last hour anyways, give you a better idea. So we've had a special weather statement with that system already, and we will continue to see this all move its way to the east. So again, for you that may be having graduations this morning at 9:30 in Carson Newman, we'll see how it all plays out, because these storms, yes, some of them are moving to the north and northeast, but they actually have a little bit more of an easterly trajectory rather than a northeasterly motion. So you may be doing just fine. We'll see how this little piece of energy, it's a little upper level wave that's swinging its way on into the area. You took an awesome, beautiful photo of the rainbow yesterday. We did get some great photos, by the way. I'll share those with you here now with the Witcher's Pictures link on the East Tennessee Weather app. There it is, Lisa. I see it. Here's the picture from Lisa of a beautiful rainbow. Remember, you can submit these through the app itself. This is where the easiest way to submit them is. It comes right into my weather computer, and I can share them so much quicker and so much easier. So that's a great photo from Lisa this morning. Lisa, thanks for sharing that. Let's see what else we have. We've got another one. They just disappeared. Okay, here we go. We've got, all right, Otto. Good morning, Witcher's Pictures from Shasta, the Clydesdale. Wow, this is a cool picture. Dude, that's a big horse. That's a big horse, Otto. There it is. Look at that. Look at that fella right there. Look at that hair. That hair is amazing. Ross had a great sunset. He's also a Witcher weather watcher from, this is coming in from La Follette. How about that sunset? Thank you, Russ. And let's see, Tom Perry posted this the other day of the big old storm clouds that were just firing away in the Smoky Mountains, and he shared a time lapse with the East Tennessee Weather weather watchers. You know, there's nothing better than watching a big old thunderhead billowing up on a time lapse. It really gives you a good idea of how things are all playing out. We had a double rainbow. Nice. Can't go wrong with a double rainbow, my friends. Those are always nice. And again, don't forget to download the East Tennessee Weather app. Stay on top of the weather situation. Scan the QR code on the bottom right-hand side of the screen. Log on to easttnweather.com or just search East TN Weather, all one word, from your app store. Good morning, Tanya. How are you this morning? For those of you that may be joining on the app this morning, I will send you back to the 24-hour weather channel here in just a second as we kind of wrap things up here this morning. It is Friday. Make sure you check back in here throughout the day. I will have weather updates coming up at noon today. See how this morning rain may be playing a part in our afternoon or evening thunderstorms. I post those to all social media platforms and all East Tennessee weather platforms, I should say. So it'll be on Roku TV, Amazon Fire, YouTube, the app, the website, and of course social media as well. So you want to check back in for those noon updates to see how the rest of the evening's playing out. And if I need to do some live severe weather coverage this evening, I'll be front and center on all East Tennessee weather platforms as well. So make sure you check that out. And as I post some information today, if you're on social media, like and share that if you don't mind, for community awareness. So make sure everybody knows only 10% of you actually see what I post on social media. Do you know that? Like what, 50,000 followers, only 10% actually sees what I post on a daily basis, unless it gets shared and liked and commented. Then it starts to boost the algorithm up a little bit more. So that really helps the platform out as well. If you like the East Tennessee Weather platform, share it with your friends and family. It really helps to let this platform, the small business, still grow to a bigger business over time. I sure hope you have a great Friday. We'll do Wake Up with Witcher tomorrow morning at 7 o'clock in the morning. We'll talk about the risk for strong to severe thunderstorms. We'll see how today plays out. But again, we have another level 1 risk tomorrow. And then that upper level low just brings us partly cloudy skies, some cooler temperatures, lower humidity, maybe a couple of passing showers, but some quieter weather Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday before more storms ramp up again Wednesday and Thursday, which I'll highlight in your full forecast here in just a moment. Going to change a couple things up on the app, by the way. I'll explain more details once I do that. It should be taking place today. I should be able to have time to get that done today to help better your life, hopefully, and get you the information that you need. All right, have a great day. Be safe, be kind to each other. Life is short. We'll see you tomorrow.